All right, it's starting to look like we got an actual project car in here. Got a fender on the hood. We got parts over here, fender down here. I'm not even gonna refilm it. Just know I have two girls in here that enjoy messing with me. Hey guys, welcome to the Grease Rookie channel. I'm Andrew, and if you're new to the channel, it's all about my journey resto-modding this 1965 Mustang, aka the Iron 6. I'm doing this on a budget with rookie knowledge, so I am learning a lot of this stuff as I go. Lately, I've been tackling welding, and we are currently taking apart the front clip to find out what kind of damage is underneath. So let's jump into it. Okay, so if some of you watched my previous weekly startup, you've already seen a little bit of this. And to catch you up to speed, here is a quick recap of taking this apart. Real quick, before the recap, I want to give two thank yous. First, Barry from Joe Daddy's Garage. An amazing channel, Joe Daddy's Garage. Check it out if by some miracle you are familiar with this channel and not his. But not only was he a huge inspiration for me taking on this project, but he has been a tremendous help as well. Secondly, Brian from LunarOutlaw's Garage, another fantastic channel, very genuine guy. Check out his channel. He is currently working on doing an LS swap in a 70 Buick GS. So that is really cool. If you get a minute, check out their channels. I will try to remember to put links in my description. But once you check their channels out, they're pretty awesome, so just don't forget to come back and check my channel out from time to time. Back to the recap. The goal tonight is to get this fender off. And as I pointed out in the previous episode, this fender is missing the cutout to access this bolt. So I'm gonna cut the fender and hopefully get enough room to fit the impact wrench up in there and get that bolt out. So what we actually accomplished was just spinning the bolt and the clip out. That'll work. Got it. Cool. So at this point, we just need to bounce over to the other side and get that fender off. Once we have that off, we can really assess this whole front clip area, come up with a plan on what repairs need done, and move forward from there. And like I said, I'm not looking to make this a show car, so I'm gonna do what needs to be done to make it safe, but I'm not all that concerned about how pretty all this stuff looks in. Nobody's gonna see it anyway. So keep on moving along. New night, we're on to driver's side fender. Hopefully this one goes a little quicker.
All right, Travis, cool. I hope you find one. And that's back when Roger and I would have the car. I had a car sitting in the backside of the lot.
Couldn't get the fender off, and it appears as though I think it's been tack welded to the rocker. So get out the saw, cut that, see if that helps. All right, so let's check out the condition of this front clip. We will do that, and then we will talk about the first fabrication project I will be taking on with this car that hopefully I will be starting this coming week. So, if you're familiar with the channel, you know I've been incredibly lucky with the condition of this car, and fortunately, it continues. This clip does not look that bad at all. Now, I need to get in here and pressure wash all this stuff and really check it out. I haven't had time, but you know, we'll get there. But for the most part, I mean, this stuff is all really solid. You know, the core support is in excellent condition. I don't see any need to replace that. Now things are just looking really good. Same with the driver's side. Now the driver's side on this car has been worse rust-wise than the passenger side. Now speaking of rust on the driver's side of cars, I actually had a viewer point something out that makes a lot of sense. So VW Insanity pointed out, seems like most cars seem to have more rust on the driver's side from my experience. My theory is it's caused by the road spray from the cars passing in the opposite direction. Passenger side spends most of its time facing the outside of the road with nothing other than cars splashing on it. Combine this with winter salt and presto. That's actually a really good point. Anywho, the driver's side surprisingly is not as bad as what I thought it was gonna be. The worst part over here is actually this rear splash guard, which will end up getting replaced anyway. I can buy one of those and bolt it on, which is what I'm going to do. You know, there's a little bit of rust here. I'll have to have somebody look at this. This right here might be bad enough for an area where there's a lot of support here, but I mean, I don't think it is. Everything is really solid. Like I said, I want to get in here with a pressure washer. We'll spray it down and see what we reveal. It's kind of hard to tell in this lighting with all this dirt on it. So it's kind of hard to tell from this video, but feel free to let me know what you think about the condition of this front clip for yourself, because as I've said before, I read all the comments and I take everything into consideration because after all, I'm a rookie. Before we talk about the condition of the fenders and the upcoming fabrication projects, let's take a minute to check out this episode's cool car. This is Evan's 1966 Mustang Sprint 200, and it is a sweet car. Evan writes factory motor, AC, and center console. It's one of the first 500 special orders of 1966 and in pristine condition. I've had her since I was 12 and been my dream car since I got her. I'm 17 years old now and have been working on cars since I could hold a wrench. Now Evan also went on to include a very extensive list of projects that he has worked on over the years. And it's just too long to fit in this segment, but let me tell you, for a 17-year-old kid, he is getting it done and doing it right. So Evan, thank you for your submission. It's a very cool car. All right, so let's take a look at the condition of these fenders, and these are going to be the first fabrication projects that I take on for this car. Overall, these fenders are in reasonably good condition. Most of the damage is in the inner fender support and the lower bottom part of the fender. They do make reproduction fenders for these cars, but I haven't found any that have good reviews. They all have terrible reviews with fitment issues. So before I even consider anything like that, I have nothing to lose by trying to repair the ones I have. And like I said, these aren't that bad. So here's my plan. I'm probably going to order a lower patch panel for each. These braces, I cannot really find anywhere. In fact, the only place that I found some for a 65 Mustang was Mustangs Unlimited, and they are now out of business. You can't get them. So here's what I'm thinking, and I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna strip these down as best I can while trying to keep everything intact, particularly this section right here. And what I would like to do is fabricate this section here and bring it down and connect it to this piece, and then fabricate this section here and bring it down and connect it to this piece. Basically using this inner fender and slowly using what's left here as a template. For me, this is ambitious because, you know, I'm still figuring out my spot welding, but I really want to try this. I think it's gonna be fun. And keep in mind that, you know, these don't have to be pretty, they just have to be functional. They just have to give support to the lower fender. So, you know, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it on both sides. This one is in, well, they're both about in the same condition, just in different areas. So this week I'm gonna be picking up the metal to start this project, and that's what we're doing next. So, if I can pull this off, and let's say I end up having to buy lower patch panels, which I might not even have to do that, but let's say I have to buy lower patch panels and I'm going to be buying the inner splash guards for each fender. That is still cheaper than what it would cost me to buy reproduction fenders, and I know the fitment of these fenders are good. They're original, which makes me want to keep them, you know, even more. So that's what we are doing. So even if this first fabrication project ends in me going down in a flaming ball of failure, it's still going to be worth it, because I guarantee what I learn through the hands-on experience I get while doing this is going to be worth it. It's going to be an education I get. I'm going to pick up things that I can apply to this same project later down the road. So that's what we're doing. Buckle up. I think it's going to be awesome. That's all I have for you guys this week. I wish I had more, but this bodywork stuff, this new phase of the project, a lot of this stuff just takes up more time. There's only so much, you know, I can show to you guys of me removing bolts and things like that. So, thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. Your comments really are a huge motivator for me and an inspiration, and I do learn from you guys' comments. So, you guys are awesome. I can't say that enough. Until the next episode, guys, take care.